Monday morning, October 28th. I'm going to take a look at something planetary. This is a hidden time factor. Normally, when you think of a time factor, you're looking at a time period or a multiplier to increase a base number or a cycle number. In this case, this is a little different. This would be based on the concept of critical degrees. If you don't understand that term, read the George Bayer books where he talks about that. This hidden time factor projects polarity and direction around 85% of the time. Sometimes it will invert, where what should be a low to an upward move may project to a high, but that's only about 15% of the time. This time factor is derived from the Plato work that I've done, and it's a key major number in the Plato work that I have done some videos on. This is a two-planet method. There is one anchor planet and one coming into position adjusted by the time factor. So this hidden time factor is the key to this. So I'm going to go and show a few examples here. This is the S&P daily chart, or the ES daily chart. And what I've done here, looking at the beginning of 2024 here on the left of the chart, I've got these four vertical lines. These are my anchor points. So I'm looking for my anchor planet, and then I want to project from there. So I'm projecting four lows here. You can see the vertical lines are each on minor pivot lows. So what I'm looking for is to project to another low, or to get directionally in sync. So this first green arrow here is the result of the projection off my first vertical line. And you can see it's not a pivot, but it is a trend continuation to the upside. The second low projects to this red bar here, and that's not really a low, it's an inside bar, but it technically would be a pivot based on closes, and you'll see that the market did follow through to the upside after that. The third projection off of this low project exactly to this high, pivot high, so we may call that an inversion. But what happened the very next day, we got the low and a move up for 3 days afterwards. So it's possible that the 1 day orb might have been in play here. So instead of getting that high, we maybe actually did get this low. Anyway, that could be an inversion. And then the last projection off of this line here projected out to this low. So now what I'm going to do is look at a few more and project out into the future. Now this high here on 4-1 is going to project to a high on 4/28/25. So more than a year later to get that one. You're probably going to go, oh, how do you have these other ones are so close together, yet this one's far apart? Well, that's where you have to figure out how the time factor works. The next pivot, projecting this low here, marked by the vertical line, projects to this low here, giving me this up move. This low here on 5/31 projects to this low right here. This is actually a pivot low. It's just a 1 day down move, but is a pivot low that puts you right back in front of that move there. The high from July 16th projects to a high on June 23rd of 2025, and the low on 8/5 projects out to July 11th, 2025. So there are three key future dates with pivot polarity. What should you expect? So we'll be looking for a high 428, a high 623, and a low on 711.